Hi, I'm Karen Friedman. If you've held a few jobs in your lifetime, then you probably have dealt with a couple of difficult bosses. And if you've read any of the studies, then you might realize the number one reason for dissatisfied employees and low morale is not the job, but it's the boss. And the number one reason that people leave jobs is not because of bad jobs, it's because of bad bosses. So what do you do to communicate with that so-called jerk, that person who loves chocolate when you love vanilla? Start by not getting personal. Now, I know this is something very difficult to do. It's a challenge because what it means is you have to take the anger and the emotion out of your voice and out of your presence. Instead of barging into that person's office, schedule an appointment. Set up time where you can talk reasonably. Think of that person almost as if you were speaking to a child, not talking down to him or her. But think about what happens when you get emotional with a child. The child figures out how to push your buttons. But if you can talk to that child in measured, controlled, focused, and authoritative tones, the child will eventually back off, and you'll have better luck diffusing the situation. Secondly, create an action plan. Before speaking to the boss, come up with 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3 subjects that you want to discuss. Explain to the boss what is preventing you from being more efficient, from being more productive, from better partnering with the people in the office. Don't blame him or her, but help them understand what it is they might be able to do, how they can communicate differently so you are more productive and efficient for them. If all else fails, and your boss is pretty abusive, you might want to go above their heads. But keep a list so you can chart what it is that's been happening. And if you do have to go, for example, to an HR person, don't walk into the office and say, I hate my boss is abusive because he or she yells at me. But back it up with real examples and explain what exactly is happening that is inappropriate or making it impossible for you to do your job. For example, years ago, I worked in a newsroom. There was an assignment editor that yelled on a regular basis. While the yelling was offensive, the real problem was he yelled obscenities. That was inappropriate. It was also demeaning. Ultimately, the yelling didn't get him in trouble, but the inappropriate use of obscenities got him fired. So bottom line, take the high ground. Keep it professional at all times. Until next time, I'm Karen Friedman.